Hello again. Thanks for coming along. Episode 14 and 15, our journeys between Rock Spring, Wyoming and Lincoln, Nebraska. We're on the throttle again, just enjoying the early morning weather. Somebody had asked, were you guys speeding at all? Of course we were. The speed limit is 80. So we were probably doing, 85, maybe a little faster. We're getting really spoiled. When we get back to the East Coast, we're going to realize that we're very spoiled with this 80 mile an hour speed limit. And yes, that is exactly what you think it is. An airport jetway going somewhere on the back of a truck. But yes, we were speeding because driving the speed limit is un-American. I gotta tell you, I want no part of Colorado, Wyoming, Nebraska in the wintertime. These signs are everywhere, which means they close the roads on a regular basis. And they have gates that come down that make you get off the interstate. Now, if the interstate is impassable, what do you think the little byways are? Anyway, we're rolling through Wyoming and we make our way eventually to Nebraska. I was trying to get all of entering state signs. I didn't get them all. But here is the one eastbound on Interstate 84, Nebraska. We make our way into Kimball, Nebraska. We stay there the night. Kimball, like a lot of towns out west, owes its origin to the Union Pacific Railroad, 1870. And not long after that, immigrants began arriving on the train with their horses and cattle to settle in the west to seek their fortunes. The first census in the town was like 100 people. Not long after that, it was 1,700 people. And then oil brought another great migration to Kimball. But the biggest migration occurred in the 1960s when the United States government decided to install many Minuteman missile silos all over this countryside. When I stepped out into the parking lot in the morning, I saw this. I don't know where this guy's going. I just wish he was going to my house with that car. We left Kimball and we saw one of the most spectacular sunrises I've seen this entire trip. Making our way down Interstate 80. We went under the River Road Archway. It's an archway and a monument, but it's also a museum. It's a museum dedicated to all of the settlers that came this way to settle the West and to seek their fortunes and the homestead. A lot of the trails, the Oregon Trail, the Mormon Trail, and some of the other ones converged here in Kearney, Nebraska, where this museum is. If you get out this way, it's worth taking a look. So we made our way into Lincoln, Nebraska, which is the capital of Nebraska. And as I understand it, the capital was moved from Omaha, which is much more densely populated, to Lincoln, because Lincoln was more central, and the thought was as many people as possible should have access to their government. The gentleman who was with ulterior motives supporting the move, he actually thought he was going to kill it, suggested that the capital be named Lincoln. He thought that would kill the idea because he knew many people in the Nebraska territory were in support of the Confederate States and not the Union. And so he thought his suggestion to name it Lincoln would kill the idea, but actually it didn't. Lincoln, although it's the capital, it's a really small town. I was down there on Sunday and there was very little going on. That's how you know you're in a small town, even though it's the capital. So I did a little small photo safari just in the downtown area, taking a picture of the Capitol itself and a couple of churches. Notice again, although it's Sunday afternoon, this is the Capitol, and there's very few cars and people on the streets, on the avenue. I was able to get this shot with no other cars in the space. So it was a beautiful day in a beautiful capital city, and I was glad I got a chance to share it with you.